Yo, what's up guys? Impervious back with another banger for you here. This time about Assassin's Creed Odyssey, and I'm gonna talk about my build that I use, my weapons, my gear, and also my abilities. By the way, this is a beautiful view right here, you know. Maybe not the beautifulest, but it's a nice view. For sure, it's a nice view. Like I said, I'm going to talk about my abilities and build gear. I'm going to show you a quick clip, you know, like a quick little like clearance of a like camp that I have cleared, and you can see like I haven't used every ability in the clip, but it certainly like helps you get like a little view of how actually overpowered this build is. So, now that I've talked about my... now that I've shown you that clip, you know, I'm going to talk about my build now. And I'm going to start first off with my weapons and gear. But first off, I'm going to get over my stats. Yes. These are like my stats, my main attributes. I'm not going to read every single one, you know, but you can see the unique modifiers right here, you know, crazy. My main attributes, my damage modifiers, my critical modifiers, and my elemental modifiers, and defensive modifiers, and my utility. Not very much to it into utility and like some categories, but like the main attributes and like critical and damage modifiers are probably the more of the important ones. To quickly say, I'm also going over the master abilities very quickly, you know, after I'm done with my normal abilities. Yes, and also there's like not really much like examples of how my build works. You know, you can try it for yourself, you know, also just if you want, you know, you can copy it, whatever, you know, but you also need to have both of the DLCs. And yeah, like I said, I'm just going over it real quick. First off, with the weapons, all of these are legendary, as you can see, and the sword, Digitus's Fury. The legendary perk of it is increased battle cry of Ares duration, and my other legendary perk I have put on it on the blacksmith, which is plus 50% damage with battle cry of Ares ability. I am using battle cry of Ares not only because I have the increased battle cry of Ares duration, which is with the sword 40 seconds, without the sword 20 seconds, but I also have 100% more damage. It applies to every damage, you know, with the Battlecry of Ares ability. I have 50% on the ability itself, and with this legendary perk, more 50% damage. Now let's go over the axe, Typhon's axe. My legendary perk on this here is 200% critical damage with fire attacks, and convert 50% hard damage bonuses to all damage. I am a hybrid, as you can see by this. I'm mainly a hunter, but with this one, I am more of a hybrid, as you could also see when I showed my detailed stats. This legendary perk on the axe is actually crazy. What's even crazier is my bow I have. The legendary perk on this is 200% adrenaline gained with fire attacks. What that basically means is when I have fire attacks on, with basically like the flaming attacks ability, I'm going to have 200% adrenaline gained with fire attacks. You think this is crazy, right? But it actually is. Sometimes, you know, I have like crazy adrenaline segment built up, you know, not too crazy, but like this ability only applies sometimes, you know, and not like every, you know, and 200% is basically like 3.5 or like 3 adrenaline segments, which is crazy in itself, but actually not too crazy. But like with the ability, you actually gain like more adrenaline segment build up, you know, which I'm going to like show you in the abilities more, you know, and also the mastery abilities are like probably, I'm not sure right now, I haven't checked my mastery abilities in like ages, you know. Now I'm going over my headgear, my gear itself. You can like, I'm just going over the legendary perks, you know, become easy to enhance for 15 seconds when hit, 120-second cooldown. I'm not going to show you like everything, but I can kind of show you this one, so I'll see you in a bit. And yeah, so right here I'm going to detect myself because this only applies in combat. Now the enemy hits me and I'm ISO enhanced for 15 seconds now. Like you can see, as you can see, the enemies they can't quite hit me. They like bounce off of me, and I am now fully healed again. And this ability doesn't apply when I have the Battlecry of Ares on. This doesn't apply to it. Yes. With this one, I don't really have too much like legendary things on it, you know. I'll just like quickly just show it as you want to. If you want to screenshot it, go ahead. Let's go with the Mercenary Breastplate for a second. Plus 50% all resistances. Basically, fire, poison, ranged, melee, whatever, bombs. All of it is by 50% more resistant. Assassin Belt. Gain 50% of an adrenaline segment with hunter abilities. I could show you it very quickly what that means. If I use a hunter ability, I'm now full adrenaline, and as you can see, I can like, oh wait, I can like do this real quick, and I only have used 75% of my adrenaline segment, and I'm now going to have this full one right here. And now to the legs. All arrows pierce shields. What that means? All arrows pierce shields. So, as you can see, I'm now in the ability tab. My spear level is level 6. Staff of Hermes Trismegistus. Yes. Doesn't really matter. As you can see, my range abilities I have assigned are these one. Some of these are passive, and I'm going to go over the hunter abilities first. Sixth Sense. Time slows up to 8 seconds when you're spotted by enemies. Aimed arrows lock onto the target set and deal 200% hunter damage. As you could see in like the clip I have shown you, I was snapping onto my target as he was detecting me, and I dealt 200% more hunter damage. I can easily one-shot, not even like fully charged bow. Like for example, the Athenian archers, like these skinny ones. I can like easily one-shot, headshot, easy. Now let's go over the other passive abilities. Arrow Master. Be a master of paralyzing fire, poison, and explosive arrows. Craft arrows in the inventory menu. Now to the first ability itself. Multi-shot. Target up to 8 enemies at the same time and shoot arrows that deal 250% hunter damage to each target. Special arrows can be used. Devastating Shot. One of the more better hunter abilities. You know, this is a single shot that when fully charged deals 800% damage. I can use special arrows. My build up is increased by 200% when I probably am using like arrows or like just like abilities, you know, for example like with the poison ability and like the fire, you know, attacks. This is probably like the second best hunter ability you can use. Archer Mastery. My headshot damage increased by 40%. My normal damage is hunter damage also, you know, is increased by 40%. If I use a like adrenaline segment, if I use a hunter ability, it will recharge if I have used that hunter ability. Might of Artemis. Rain down a burst of arrows in a 3-meter radius around you, dealing 450% hunter damage. Enemies inside the area are stunned for 5 seconds and take crit damage from melee attacks and abilities. Special arrows can be used. Now to a like less useful ability is the Overpower Bow Strike. You can see it deals 100% more hunter damage and explodes on impact, which is insane, you might think, but it actually is not. It actually isn't. Yes. I don't want to show the ability because you could just like knock off maybe like some people and like finish them as they're on the ground, you know. They're like a bit stunned. Easy peasy. Now to the best hunter ability in the game. Ghost Arrows of Artemis. Shoot a ghostly arrow that can travel through shields, enemies, and even walls. Deals 340% hunter damage. Special arrows can be used. It deals less damage than the Devastating Shot, but the advantage that the Ghost Arrows of Artemis have is the penetration. They can penetrate through everything. I mean, literally everything. This arrow has like basically no drop off. You can like snap a like enemy from like 100 meters away, easy kill, headshot, awareness. Now, let's go over the warrior ability category. Yes, to start off with the best one, Battlecraft Alias. In this time, I am godly enraged. I do 50% more damage with the ability alone, and with my sword, I do 100% more damage. For 40 seconds with also the sword. In the time, every enemy attack, whether it's poison, fire, ranged, melee, is non-lethal. I can't die. I'm basically on 1 HP all the time. And every hit I take boosts my attack damage. Now let's go over the flaming attacks, which is like a good combo if you want to use the Battlecraft Alias. Flaming attacks basically work like this. They have the fire build-up, they have the build-up, and the actual damage, which are two separate things. The build-up is like increased by every hit, you know, and if the build-up is full, then the damage actually activates, which makes the enemies burn. With my build, they are probably gonna die. Fire Mastery just increasing the fire build-up by 60%. Fire burning duration is increased by 6 seconds, and fire damage is increased by 40 seconds. Flurry of the Bloodline. You can do 6 attacks, which deal 150% warrior damage and generate 4 adrenaline segments. You are using 1 adrenaline segment and get 3 adrenaline segments plus, which is in total 4 adrenaline segments. These are necessary. These two are absolutely necessary. You are gonna need these, which is Gear Master and Weapon Master. Let's talk about Weapon Master. You are going to do more damage, warrior damage. You are going to do more melee damage. You are increasing your crit chance by 10% with all weapons, which basically means you can do like ability, crit damage, weapon damage, like bow damage, you know. It's crazy, you know, because when you're using a range attack, you are already using your bow and do increased damage with the ability itself and with this perk, you know. Absolutely crazy. Recommend you. All of these are going to be upgraded on 3. All of these abilities I'm going to show you are gonna be not really, you know, overpower attacks. I'm not going over this. This is basically the same with here, Bow Strike. I don't need it, you know. But if you're using a warrior build, you can need it. But it uses 3 full adrenaline segments, which is, yeah, it's decent, you know. If you have like the spirit level of 6, it's fine. But lower than that, I don't really recommended using it. Now going over Gear Master. You are taking care of yourself basically. You are receiving less damage with range attacks. You are increasing a 10% chance that an enemy is staggered, which is okay, you know. But yeah, this ability, both of these are absolutely necessary if you want to improve at your Odyssey game. Now over the best ability in the entire game. This is absolutely crazy. This ability you also really need. You actually want to like upgrade this ability 3 times as soon as possible, you know. And you want to unlock this first thing you are gonna do if you're doing a new playthrough, or if you are a beginner, you know, if you're watching this. Easy, you know. Upgrade this ability 3 times as soon as possible, and this is the first ability you are gonna unlock. Live to Fight On. Refills 50% of your max health and removes the effects of fire and poison. Best ability in the game. Don't really need to say much. Just use it. Yeah, okay? Now to a more like mid ability, which is not very flexible, you know, but it does the job. Ares' Bull Charge. Summon a bull that charges through enemies and knocks them down, dealing 400% warrior damage. 400% warrior damage sounds crazy, but with my build, it doesn't really, you know. I have shown you my detailed stats, you know, with my main modifiers. You can use it, but the original ability is Bull Rush, which you can like charge yourself to do the attack. But this is more flexible, but it actually isn't that much flexible, you know. But it is more flexible because you're not putting yourself more in danger. You are using a range attack to deal damage to the enemies. Now let's go over the assassin category, which I'm gonna talk about first off with this ability. Shadow Assassin. Assassin and knockout damages are increased by 40%. Automatically, you'll lose the enemy after an assassination. Crit damage is increased by 50%. Assassinations give 1 extra adrenaline segment bonus. One of the first abilities you are gonna unlock if you are using an assassin build. Now to Blessing of Cronus. This is an Atlantis DLC Part 3. By the way, with the Atlantis abilities, you first need to upgrade all of the abilities to level 3 before you can enhance them. But let's go over the Blessing of Cronus. Cronus lends you easy powers. For 15 seconds, receive 50% more adrenaline when dealing damage. During that time, you are immune to easy adrenaline, drain, and freeze attacks. Only I'm using it when I really have to, you know, which is not that much, you know, because all the time I have like basically full adrenaline. The Blessing of Cronus, not the venomous attacks, the Blessing of Cronus, the Revelation. Summon Athena's sight to reveal all secrets, including chests and hidden passages, in a 30-meter radius. Cronus' time shift. This is also an enhanced ability from the second part of the Atlantis DLC. You are going to launch in the air. It stops time for 3 seconds. You can do whatever you want, and with the Leap of Faith, which you can, like, on level 3, smash the heavy attack button to smash on the ground with nearby enemies, which this ability does more crit damage, you know, and all of the abilities are doing more crit damage, or are doing crit damage. This is a very good ability if you're using Hunter. You know, I don't really use it too much because I'm overpowered, obviously. This ability is muy delicioso. This you don't really need to. I know I'm not gonna talk about it. I'm gonna talk about other abilities, which is the Rush Assassination. Launch the spear of Leonidas at a distant enemy to deal 150% assassin damage up close. Can be changed 3 times. You are going to kill 4 enemies on level 3 with this ability. I use this ability very often. This is a very good ability to clear enemies. If you want to be fast, you can also use this, you know, to like get range. Yeah, you just have more range, you know, basically. This ability has a lot of range. It's crazy. Stealth Master. Become a silent killer. Noise for movement and assassination is further reduced. Enemies detection distance is minimal in crouch. At night, assassinations and out of combat damage are increased. Enemies don't attack you at night. At night you do more assassin and range attacks, which is crazy because I'm a hunter. I do more assassin damage and hunter damage, you know, with all abilities, all everything. Cronus. Time Warp. Slow down time for 5 seconds. Headshots performed during this time, extending duration by 2.5 seconds and increase headshot damage by 125%. Ability wears off after 5 headshots. That basically means is I have a slow down time for 5 seconds. If I do a headshot each time I do a headshot, this ability gets increased by 2.5 seconds, and I do 125% more hunter damage, or headshot damage, you know, which is hunter damage. If I do 5 headshots, the ability wears off and it has a recharge time. That was all of the abilities, but now let's go over the mastery ones. I'm going to talk about this very shortly. For the hunter, I use hunter damage, crit chance, crit damage, headshot damage, damage with both targets, damage, yeah, you can see, easy. Now onto the warrior. I don't really have much on that here. Fire damage, that's basically all. And assassin is better. Full health, crit damage, crit chance by full health, adrenaline per hit, cooldown duration for all abilities. This is good. I'm going to upgrade this one more time. 6%, minus 6%. Yes, but that was all. I hope you have liked the video. If you do, please consider liking the video and subscribing to my channel if you don't want to miss any of this content, especially for Assassin's Creed and also Assassin's Creed Odyssey, because this is the game I'm currently playing at the moment. Yes, if you don't want to miss out on that, like I said, like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.